Yeah, good morning everybody. Cloud ERP live stream, Wednesday, third week. So, thank you for joining on YouTube and also LinkedIn. And yeah, also thank you for joining for those who tried yesterday. And my apologies. I had a very good discussion with T, our special guest. And yeah, only problem was that his voice was not in the live stream. So that was a glitch in the matrix. We fixed that. We will repeat that. Again, my apologies. And yeah, we will have a good discussion in the future all together. So, good. So, I brought something today again. You know, I bring something today, each day. Nearly each day I brought a game. Yeah, it's Carcassonne. A board game. I don't know if you have played this once again. So I really like this game. Well, what is this game? It is about a medieval castle. Yeah, so Carcassonne is a castle in France. Yeah, south of France. It has 53 towers and 2 rings of town walls. And there's this game that I really like to play. So what is this game? You have these tiles here, yeah, and they are kind of a puzzle, yeah. So what you have to do in the game, you're doing it as a group, yeah, and each one has his turn, and then you have to puzzle them together somehow. No? For example, you can build a city like this one, city to city. Yeah, this is a small city, for example. Yeah, now it's complete, and you can also do road to road, yeah, like this, for example, yeah, or this is also allowed, yeah, this one, road to road, and there are other things which are not allowed. For example, I cannot put together this one, yeah, this is not allowed because the road is leading nowhere, yeah, or let us put it like this, then you see it better. If the road goes to the grass, then it's not allowed. So there are certain combinations which are allowed and certain combinations which are not allowed. And the challenge is to build a bigger city or bigger cities. Yeah, for example, in the end it can look like this. It's just an example with many roads and many cities. Here's a city, and so on. Yeah. So the bigger the cities you build, the better. You get many more points. Yeah. So that is fun game. Yeah, try it. And yeah, so I come to back later. Yeah, when we talk about standard processes and standard process building blocks, how we can combine them together to build something greater. Yeah. But first of all, join us at Menti. Yeah, let me share the screen. Yeah. So join us at Menti. At Menti, we will do usually our polls and our Q&As, so to make it an interactive experience. So this were the polls we did, I think, 2 days ago. Yeah. It was about the question of what are most important attributes of best practice processes? Yeah, best practices. So yeah, we talked about best practices and next practices and what is the difference between the two, and we thought about what could be most important attributes of best practices. And the answers was efficiency was most important for best practices, standardization second, third, widespread adoption, fourth, stability, fifth, risk reduction, and sixth, proven and tested. And as a contrast, we put most important attributes of next practices, which were a different kind of. Yeah. So there we have, for example, most important next levels of efficiencies. So that is interesting. If you look at the day before, efficiency is also important for best practices, but with next practices, we get new levels of efficiency. So, and then second, innovation. Third, better customer experience. Fourth, more flexibility. Fifth, new revenue streams. Sixth, proactive. And seventh, experimentation. So to mention some of these attributes of next practices. You remember the light bulb? Yeah. There we go. We compared candle with light bulb. Yeah. So, and yeah, so that was the poll of Monday, actually, not yesterday. Yeah, and today, what did I bring? I brought an overview over S/4HANA Cloud standardized processes. Yeah, it's obvious that SAP S/4HANA Cloud is a standard ERP system, yeah, which have in its functional scope standardized processes, obviously. Yeah. So yeah, what can we do with them? So and what does this mean? Yeah, is it even good to have standardized processes? Yeah. So some say, yeah, standardized is maybe like a straitjacket. Yeah, I don't want it. I want to have freedom. Yeah, others say, no, standardization is very good because then we have more advantages. Yeah, like for example, what could be some arguments to have standardized processes? Yeah, as we mentioned already in the poll, efficiency could be an argument. Yeah, you have can eliminate redundancy. You can provide clear instruction and make it easier to understand. It is saving time, saving resources because you are repetitive. You're doing things in a similar way. This is a basis for our industrialization of producing goods, actually. Yeah, so you can earn the money in the moment. You can have to standardize something, some production steps, obviously. And here, in that standardization, you can have a repetitiveness, yeah, repetitiveness and efficiency increase in the office work we are doing, not only in the shop floor work we are doing with very modern production plants, but also in the office work. Obviously, it can be made more efficient and also partially automated, obviously. So that is some advantages of standard processes. For example, consistency. Yeah, it produces more consistent results, especially if we think about new technologies like predictive analytics or even machine learning, artificial intelligence, things like this. I'm not getting tired of saying, okay, that quality of this result depends on the quality of learning data you put into that. Yeah? So obviously you need some quality input to the new technologies, for example. And then you need to produce this quality data. And how do you do that? Obviously by standardized processes that comes with consistency. Also, training and onboarding is easier, for example. Yeah, if you have standardized processes, it's easier to explain to new employees how this works and make them easier fit into the company. There might be some employees here say, yeah, but I don't want to, I want to be creative. Yeah, so we come to that later. So, scalability, yeah. If businesses grow, if you want to build one, for example, Elon Musk now is building one gigafactory after the other around the world. Yeah, so I think 3 weeks ago I saw the gigafactory in Grünheide in Brandenburg. Yeah, so this is obviously a scale, to scale the company. Yeah. And he is repeating these processes around the world. So there's no new invention again and again in each of these gigafactories. It's like the concept and then repeat it around the world. And that is what makes this so efficient. Yeah, scalability, easier to manage, easier to control, and also risk management. Yeah, if you have standardized processes, it's easier to keep risk under control because there are always some maybe challenges in such a company to eliminate risks. Yeah, so because of fraudulent behavior, for example. Yeah, and then how can these be eliminated? Yeah, by checks and balances, by standardized approval processes, for example. Yeah, by Vier-Augen-Prinzip, as we say in German, 4 eyes principle, and so on and so on. And only limited like authorizations to access information and to change information, which is easier in a standardized process, obviously. And then also the whole topic of measurement and improvement. So this is also a big topic, process mining. Yeah, how do we do process mining? How do we extract performance data from these? So to compare how good we are with peers. And obviously, as a prerequisite, you need some process data which is harmonized and standardized, because otherwise you are getting a hard time if you're looking at each process individually. Then you have a harder time to figure out some performance data and measurements to improve, because then you have to look at each of these processes individually, which is too much effort, obviously. So these are some arguments for standard processes. And then there are some arguments for like non-standard processes. What could be, for example, non-standard processes, and which are good, which are non-standard? For example, innovation processes. Yeah, new product development. You need to be creative. You need to be, how can you standardize creativity? Of course, there are some methods, to stifle creativity, but it's actually hard to standardize, and even it wouldn't be so good, because you want to have the creative mind of humans to work on problems and to solve them, and this is for example, not so standard process. But even there, in the end, you get a standard process, because then we are, for example, in this area here of first of all, we are in the area of human resources, recruit to retire. So you are searching for the right people, for the right jobs, obviously, and you're looking for different kinds of people. Some are for more creative jobs, others are more for standard jobs. So that depends on the personality, obviously, on what they want to earn and so on. So what are their career goals, what skills do they have, and so on. So then we are starting with that. But here, if we come to that, we need to say, in S/4HANA, there is only a core HR. So this is very minimum HR. I wouldn't even call it HR. It's like you can create the workforce, that's it. So if you really need some more or real HR to that, then you would use additionally success factors. This is core HR and payroll here in white, because it's a example from the SAP portfolio. But still, at least you can a very core work force in S/4HANA, but I wouldn't call it really an HR functionality. So that is important to consider. Also then, if we come to this creative part, this innovation part, you have now the engineers and they are creative, but in the end, if they are creative, for example, have created a new Tesla model or whatever, then you need to create some inputs to the production process. You need to create the bill of material, you need to create the work plan and the investment plan, and so on and so on. And this product lifecycle management is the way of how to organize these product structures in a way so that there is a clear release of all this information for the subsequent process steps like production available. product compliance, and so on and so on. And also there are additional functionalities in the SAP portfolio, product development, SAP Enterprise product development. Yeah, and then obviously you have to build your gigafactory, for example. Yeah, so you have to acquire your assets and maintenance management. So there is this going into production, into standard processes. Maintenance asset management, and there are other additional like building blocks which are available through additional solutions from SAP, which is asset operations and management, asset performance management, and asset commission and network collaboration. Excuse me. Yeah, and then you have to obviously source your raw materials, for example, or your components that you need to produce this. Let's take this as an example, this Tesla car. Yeah, you have to source, you have to do operational procurement, central procurement, for example, central procurement. Yeah, so this is a very interesting functionality in S/4HANA Cloud. And that means if you have many companies, then you have a central department for sourcing, yeah, for example. And this can be reused in the different legal entities. So you have procurement analytics, invoice management, and supplier management. Yeah? So this is the core, I would say. And then additionally, you have, for example, operational procurement with SAP Ariba, guided buying and contract management, which is another SAP product. So as we can see, these other SAP products are always complementing the core functionality of S/4HANA. These are, for example, SuccessFactors, Enterprise Product Development, Ariba, Customer Experience, Manufacturing Cloud, Field Class and Concur, and so on. Yeah. Okay, so then obviously there needs to be some sales. You need to sell the cars which you produce, for example, and also some service functionality. And here is also some, you would think, okay, this is maybe not so much standardized. Yeah, services, customer service. Yeah, certain elements of customer service can be standardized for efficiency. Yeah, but it's important to leave room for personalization and customization for each different customers. Yeah, like how do you solve their problem? Each customer interaction is unique in the end, and there needs to be a certain degree of freedom, for example. Yeah, so this would be an argument for not to so much standardize. On the other hand, there can be a standardization, like creating a customer request, creating a service order, and so that there are also standard parts to it. Yeah, sometimes you're giving this as a free of charge service. Sometimes it costs something. You have to create an invoice. Sometimes you do a replacement, and so on and so on. And this is all this service operations and processes. Yeah. Also, if you consider about what could be not standard processes, could be marketing and sales, for example. Yeah, this is not so much included here in S/4HANA Cloud. Yeah, there is this sales and service cloud additionally for doing this marketing. Yeah, this is more like also supporting more freedom. Yeah. Sometimes marketing and sales is like creative, fast pace, and should allow for adaptation to accommodate specific market conditions and customer requirements, for example. Yeah. So there we have these additional solutions also for commerce management, for quote order and contract management. Yeah. Billing and revenue, innovation management, and field service also. And we have here, then you have to build up, when you want to produce your cars, the inventory, the warehousing, delivery and transportation, logistic material, identification, advanced order processing. So when do I get my car, for example? Yeah, business process, advanced business process scheduling. And then There are additional solutions from SAP Advanced Warehousing and Advanced Transportation. So, and you have manufacturing, the strong area, production engineering, production planning, manufacturing operations, manufacturing options, quality management, manufacturing insights, environment and health and safety. And then there's also additionally the so-called advanced manufacturing. And obviously the finance is the strong, very strong part of S/4HANA Cloud. Accounting and financial close, financial operations, cost management and profitability analysis, treasury management, subscription billing and revenue management, enterprise risk and compliance, real estate management and environmental footprint management. So obviously the finance processes are very much standardized because we have so many also legal boundary conditions to get the finances transparent and right and to report them to the authorities. But that is absolutely clear that this is an area of high standardization, and that is even the area where SAP started off by becoming the company they are today. And now we have this governance, cross-enterprise information management, process management and integration, administration and usability, and also additionally security and data protection. And what is this? Augmented business intelligence. Wow. Honestly, I don't even know what this means. Augmented business intelligence. This sounds great. Maybe I need to ask SAP what this means. So, yeah. Okay. So we said we have some standard processes and there are some not so standard processes, for example, marketing and sales. Also, what are not standard processes are decision-making processes. But even if decision-making processes are like a mix of quantitative analysis and qualitative judgment, you need the data for that. Obviously, you need some insights, some analysis, the possibility to create analysis. And even there you need quality data as input, because how do you want to decide? Based on your stomach or based on data and facts? And then if you want to decide based on data and facts, then obviously it's clear that you need quality standard processes, even if the decision-making process itself is not maybe such a standard process, but more like free. Yeah, agile. And yeah, any processes involving a high degree of expertise and creativity, yeah, like judgment or design or content creation, planning strategies, and so on and so on. These are then non-standard processes, but also those want to rest on the basis of the facts that you get from the standard processes. So even if you have some and maybe even more non-standard processes in your company, all of that rests on a solid basis, and this needs to be efficient, high quality, and yeah, that is what S/4HANA can provide in that blue boxes. Then obviously this is like a simplification, because there are so many detailed processes behind that. So I clicked through thousands of process descriptions, 1,000 process description. It took half a week in SAP Signavio Process Explorer, yeah. And just looking at these processes in detail, click, look, it took me half a week. So yeah, but it was very interesting, very enlightening, very interesting to see all of these and to understand what this can do. And also you can take these blue boxes and compare them, for example, to SAP Business by Design. Yeah, you can ask yourself, okay, really, what is the difference between S/4HANA Cloud and SAP Business by Design? Yeah, because many of the blue boxes are also in SAP Business by Design, obviously. Yeah, so that is also interesting. Not all of these, but many. Yeah, many. That is also interesting to consider. Yeah, so this was kind of an overview. There's much more to say, obviously, but this is a short thing. So join us on Menti. If you have not yet joined with this 5706 number, 0835 and let us do a poll. So that poll is about which process requires maximum freedom in your opinion. Yeah, so I have made some examples like innovation, customer service, marketing, sales, decision making, content creation, and strategic planning. So what do you think is the most freedom needed in such a process? What are non-standard processes? And if you even have some additional suggestions, you can always write them in the question and answers. So, what do we have? So let me do a countdown. 30 seconds. Yeah, so votes are coming in. Fifteen seconds to go. Yeah, so thank you. First of all, winner is innovation. Okay, marketing. Second, sales. Yeah. Okay, decision making is fourth. Strategic planning. Fifth, content creation. Sixth, I had put content creation much higher, but yeah, that is why we do this polls. And customer service, seventh. Yeah, there's a certain structure in customer service, obviously. So, okay, let's do the second poll for today. Most important attributes of a standard process. So what do you think is from the standard process most important attributes? So let's do that also. When do you want to have a standard process? So let's do a countdown for that also, 30 seconds. Five seconds to close. Okay, thank you very much. A winner is efficiency. So we had this in the last days also, efficiency and also consistency and quality. Yeah, scalability is third, measurement and improvement fourth, and then there's a big gap. So the four first four are like a class of their own: efficiency, consistency, scalability, and measurement and improvement. And then comes with a big gap, training and onboarding and risk management. Yeah, so thank you. Interesting. So no questions from the audience. Are there any questions? Give you 10 seconds. You can always enter a question. Also should be possible on each slide. And yeah, let me invite you, if you are interested in comparing S/4HANA Cloud with SAP Business by Design. For that we have a full program. Yeah? We have 7 episodes of 90 minutes, deep dive into each of these processes that we saw today, and compare SAP Business by Design Cloud ERP with S/4HANA Public Cloud based on facts. So key takeaways are: master Cloud ERP comparison, understand the differences and similarities, and plan a roadmap. You can get your ticket in the AdaPro shop, shop.adapro.eu. So you are invited to join that program also. Yeah, tomorrow we will look into SAP Business by Design standardized processes at 8 o'clock. And as I also said, in the future we will have to repeat this special guest tea debating process landscape with sound. I will keep you informed when we will do that. So, thank you very much for today's live stream and have a great day. Goodbye.